Wednesday, August 16th, 2017, Monaco 64, home of alternative economics and contrarian views. So I want to talk about the markets, early market update, talk about the dollar index, and not talk about what's going on in the outside world, all the distractions, because the major problem facing the West, the United States, Britain, the UK, or Europe, is the amount of debt our countries are in, the financial system, the monetary system, which is broken. So let's focus on the markets and try to protect ourselves. Of course, the best thing for those who are not in debt and can afford to protect themselves is to hold physical gold, physical silver, and live within your means. And physical gold, physical silver are there to protect your accumulated wealth, which basically is your energy that you've, or the effort you've put into your life and that you've been able to save in terms of a monetary asset. To leave that, wealth or, surplus production you've had through your efforts in a bank is totally crazy, in my opinion. Of course, you have to have some of it in there if you want to operate in our current paradigm. But anyway, it's just gone after 9 o'clock London time, 9 a.m. Gold right now, 1270.50, pretty much unchanged. The range overnight has been 1269 to 1274. Silver up 5 cents at 1668. Range has been 1661 to 1672. What else we got here? High-grade copper is picking up again. It's up 1.2% at 292. So that 3 level is important, $3 level. The Dow is up 58 points at 22,040. S&P 500 up 5. And those are the futures, of course, at 24.69. Oil is at $48, up 30 cents. The pound is down 23 pips at 128.45. Euro is down a quarter of a percent at 117.06, and the dollars continue to go up against the yen at 110.87. It's up 20 cents. It's been frustrating, I guess, for precious metals holders. We got very close to that top of the year of 1295. We got to 1292, and now gold is corrected more than $20. There's a lot of talk, of manipulation. There might have been some, but what I think it's more akin to is currency management. And you might say, what do you mean currency management? Well, gold is traded as a currency. Gold is the ultimate monetary reserve for the sovereign nations. Even the ones, even though they use fiat money currencies, gold is very important to them. So, when the currencies move around, gold will move around. The dollar now has strengthened a little bit despite, the move down that we've seen since the beginning of the year, end of last year. The dollar is, in my opinion, starting a long-term bear market. I've made a video before about the dollar index cycles. I'll put it up in the card so you can have a look at it. So I think this is just a counter trend rally in the dollar index and just a correction in the precious metals before we move higher. So let's have a look at the dollar index chart so I can explain to you what I mean. So this is like a weekly chart of the dollar index going back to January 2017. You can see the key level here is 91.91, which is the low in May 2016 there. We got very close to that level. We got down to 92.50 almost in the dollar index a couple of weeks ago. And now what we're seeing here, I made a little drawing here. This is like a flag. And the flag formation is usually a consolidation pattern of a longer term trend. The longer term trend, as you can see from the beginning of the year, is down in the dollar. And a flag in a downward trend is usually upward sloping, and the range is quite, narrow there, as you can see. That flag could go on for another week or two. It's difficult to say, but once that flag pattern stops, the market moves back down, and I would expect the next leg down in the dollar index will break that 91 level, which is very important right now for the dollar index. When that happens, gold and silver should resume their move higher, and I expect also the dollar to resume its move lower, especially against the yen. We got down to, pretty key supports below 109 last week in the yen. We rebounded really strongly this week in the dollar yen, above 110, and right now we're at 110.84. So the dollar is doing well against the yen, and as I said many times before, when recent, the last few years, a strong dollar yen means a weak price of gold in dollars. So what else? No, that's what I wanted to talk about. I'm still, positive about gold, technically, but also, intellectually. I think it's the only, monetary asset that will protect you. I was listening to Jim Rickards talking about ICE 9, which is his theory that in the next financial crisis that we have, which he thinks will be even greater in amplitude than 2008, what the financial powers that being the IMF, Bank for International Settlements, Federal Reserve, they will freeze the financial system, and you won't be able to, access your wealth. And he says they're looking to do this not only to banks, but also to brokerage houses and to fund managers like BlackRock, and that they will freeze trillions and trillions of dollars and confiscate people's wealth. So do I really want to have a lot of financial assets right now? I don't think so. So that's why I still believe physical gold, physical silver, no debt, ownership to your property, i.e. your house. You might have some other property that you rent. That's good, but try to get out of debt. That's people might think, oh, if there is a hyperinflation, they destroy the currency. They bring an international currency, an SDR, which Jim Rickards thinks. They will write off all the debt. They might write off all the debt for the bankers and the government, maybe, but for the people who have mortgages and other loans, they will not write that off. So don't be, fooled by that you can take on a lot of debt, because, it will be written off. They won't write it off. Be sure of that. So as I leave here, we're at 1271 now. Silver's 1669. So yeah, I would say keep an eye on the dollar yen and the dollar index. Dollar index, in my opinion, is just consolidating before next leg lower. And this is just looking at the technicals. I'm not looking at the geopolitical events, the domestic events in the US. That doesn't really matter. You can hear a lot of things in the mainstream media, CNBC, Bloomberg, Fox Business, whatever. And they try to always find a reason for moves in the markets. But I think it's more important just to look at the price action. So if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. Follow me on steemit.com. And also, I'm on Twitter at Maneko64. I'll talk to you later. Bye.